What is up, YouTubians? Kuda Malloy here, coming at you with another exciting video. Okay, so I wanted to just do a quick video on what I'm doing to replace the battery inside of my motorcycle. My battery went out. I noticed my starter was having trouble starting, so it was time for a new battery. Anyways, I'm going to show you what I do to kind of optimize the battery life to try to get the most out of it from the get-go. This is right from the start when you're prepping and you're going to charge the battery for the first time. There's a whole process involved that the dealership just doesn't do. They don't have the time for it. They're rushing through. I want to do it the right way. I want to make sure that I optimize the life of the battery. So what I'm going to show you in this video is how I do it. If you gain some knowledge, great. Now would be a good time to hit that like button if you like what you're seeing. Also, the subscribe button is over here. Make sure you hit that button if you like what you're seeing on YouTube. Down in the description there, down below, there's a link to my Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Cooter Malloy product reviews. Go ahead and visit that Facebook page. Hit the like button there. Also subscribe on there if you like what you're seeing. Really helps me out a lot. Okay, so let's get to it. Ordered a battery online. What came was the battery itself. There are 6 little like point needle like things that are up here that are protected by this strip. So basically when you get the battery, just peel the strip off. That will expose those 6 like needle like point thingies. In a separate box, which also comes with the battery, you will get an acid pack. This is extremely caustic material. This is like sulfuric acid, basically, as you can see right there. Danger, poison, sulfuric acid. You get the idea. This is also known as an electrolyte pack, depending on what part of the world you're in. Electrolyte 4, as you can see there, YT14BBS. That's the battery that my motorcycle needs. Anyways, on the acid pack, there will be a strip of basically caps that are all interlocked or connected. Basically, there's six chambers, so there's 6 caps. You just peel that strip off. Be gentle, be careful. You're going to need it for later, and just set that. Usually it's a black strip, but set that strip aside and just put it aside. What you're going to do is you're going to take your acid pack, place it gently on the 6 needles that are sticking up right there. Make sure you're lined up pretty good, and then give it one good tap on the top of the acid pack, boom, to kind of set it, and it's good to go. There's no need to hammer it in there or anything. Just one good like tap with your hand, pressing down. That should pierce all of these little tiny metal foil seals right here, and then you're going to begin your air to fluid exchange. So what's going to happen is air will come up from inside the battery, go into the acid pack. At the same time, the acid is going down by gravity. This is gravity fed. The acid will go into the battery itself. What's happening during that process is you're going to smell rotten eggs or sulfur, which is totally normal. Usually that process of the transfer usually takes something like about 15-20 minutes, sometimes a half an hour. Just let it be. Make sure you're on a flat surface. Let the fluid go into the battery. Let the air go up inside the acid pack. Let it be. It's going to maybe 30 minutes, whatever it takes, whatever it takes. There's no need to tap on the thing to make it go faster or whatever. Just let it do its thing. What's happening is you're getting a chemical reaction going on in the battery. The battery might actually feel warm to the touch. Like if you feel it, it may get a little warm, which is totally normal. It's totally fine. What's going to happen is after the fluid is completely in the battery, what you want to do is pull this pack off. So pull the pack out. You can place it back in the bag if you want to, put it in your box, and then dispose of this properly. Take it to a recycling center to have it disposed of correctly. Okay, I'm going to leave this open, right? I'm going to have those 6 needle points are going to be sticking up again. I want to leave it open, and I want to leave it open for at least 15 minutes. 20 would be okay too. So anywhere between 15 to 20 minutes, leave this open so that as the chemical reaction happens in the battery, any excess air will come up and out. And like I said, you may smell rotten eggs. That's totally normal, but it's important that you let any residual air that's in there come up and out and be released. Okay, so well-ventilated area, that might be a good idea too if you're doing this at home. Then what's going to happen is, remember that strip, that black strip that came off of the acid pack? What I want to do is take that strip now and place it so on the 6 needles, like one at a time. You're just pressing as you go so that you seal the battery, right? So as you can see here, see if I can grab focus. there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So as you push these down, just start at one end and keep going across. You basically want to keep pressing and pressing and pressing until this is flat or flush. Once it's completely flush, this is where most people make the mistake. What I do, this is just me, just my opinion. What I do is I let the battery sit for 6 to 12 hours, basically overnight. I want it to just sit on its own so that more of that chemical reaction can happen, right? Optimizing the full potential of the battery. I'm just going to let it sit just on its own, flat surface, 6 to 12 hours. After 12 hours, let's say, or after 6 hours, then I'm going to put it on the battery tender using the alligator clamps, right? So red is for positive, black is for negative. Hook it up to the alligator clamps, then let the battery tender do its thing. This is just my opinion, just my experience. When I've let the dealership do this process, do you think they have 6 to 12 hours to do all that? No, they want to get you in and out of the store as fast as possible. What they will most likely do that I've seen in the past, this is just my opinion, just my experience. What they've done is they smash the battery pack in, they tap the battery pack, they try to get the fluid out faster. They rip this thing off, they put the cap on right away, right? They don't let it air for 15 or 20 minutes. They just put the cap on right away and boom, they stick it on the charger. So they're not letting that full chemical reaction take place properly. And this is just my honest opinion, I feel like when the dealership does it, I lose right off the bat 30% of battery potential of the full life of what the battery could have been. That's just my opinion. So when I do it, and I do it my way, the proper way, in my opinion, this is just my experience, I let this open air out for 15 to 20 minutes before I put the sealing cap on. Then I wait 6 to 12 hours, letting that chain reaction happen. The battery may feel warm to the touch. Remember, during that time frame, totally normal. Then I put it on the charger. And when I put it on the charger, I use the alligator clamps, right? Red for positive, black for negative. I let it charge for at least, I'd say, maybe 3 to 4 hours. Like 3 to 4 hours is when you go from a red flashing light to a solid green light, right? Then I know my battery is fully charged. It's had a proper first charging. It's done its thing. Sometimes that could take up to 6 hours. Totally normal, totally fine. It just depends on your situation, room temperature, ambient air temperature, part of the world you live in, all that good, high altitude, low altitude. I'm trying not to be a scientific person, but it just depends on where you're living. Let it be what it's going to be, right? Let it do its thing. That is how I personally do this. I've noticed that I get a little, just like 30% more life out of the battery when I do it on my own versus when the dealership does it. So there you go, guys. Remember, like button, thumbs up in this corner on YouTube. There is also a subscribe button over here somewhere. Make sure you hit both of those buttons if you like what you're seeing and you want to see more. Down in the description there down below, there are a lot of cool products that there are links to. There's also a link to facebook.com/Cooter Malloy product reviews. Make sure to visit that page if you like what you're seeing. Hit the like button on there. Hit the subscribe button on Facebook as well if you like it. I will catch you guys in the next video. Keep an eye out for the battery tender link in the description there down there below. It's probably in the motorcycle automotive section, or it will be on a landing page on the internet or whatever. It'll be down there in the description or down below. Anyways, guys, thank you. Ride safe. Enjoy as much of your battery as you possibly can to optimize the potential. And I will catch you all with a thumbs up and a like on the next video. Thank you.